Hey everybody! I know it's been a while since I did a video like this, but on this occasion I'm bringing it back because it's the 6th year anniversary of my YouTube channel and I feel like I should. It really does feel like yesterday when I look back on all my videos. It's like every video I've ever done has been made within a year span. But 6 years, I did not expect that. So, since it is the 6th year anniversary of my channel, I set up a poll on Twitter, and I'm just going to bring that up to remind myself of that. Okay, there it is. So I asked people what they wanted me to do for an anniversary video. And as you can see, they got what they wanted. So in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at some of the main videos from my channel that I can say got the most love and attention from people, and kind of the main staple of my channel. But first, some history on what I did with the channel before I did, before I did what I do now. So I never really expected to make myself a YouTube channel. I knew maybe at some point I would do one, but I just didn't know when until it was handed to me in 2013. I'm sure we've all been through that. When I don't know. We're in school and the teachers are telling us how technology works, how to make videos, how to work in email. And it just so happened that the email that I got when they were teaching us how to use Google was connected to YouTube. And, well, I didn't realize that until I got it. So my YouTube was just sitting there, didn't really know what to do with it. I had it, didn't have any plans for it because I was doing other things at the time. I did some things to it, like my original YouTube banner was not the one that you see now. My original YouTube banner was a very basic one, the ones that YouTube give you, like the optional banners that YouTube usually gives you, like flowers, field, space. Mine was pants. Just basic blue texture of pants. So why did I pick that? I guess I like blue. Actually, I do like blue, so I should really shut my mouth about that. So I didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to do with my channel. I had a concept for what I wanted to do with it. I wanted it to be an entertainment channel and also not be annoying. Thus why I called it a pillow of entertainment. Because at that time, there were a lot of channels out there who were, like, really obnoxious, really repetitive, and honestly frustrating to listen to, and just gave me a headache. And I didn't want my channel to be like that. So I did the whole standard stuff of just recording whatever and throwing it on the channel just for fun. Because I wasn't aware that anyone was gonna watch my stuff, so silly friggin' me right there. So I just did a couple of videos that I thought were fun and that were just entertaining for my sake. And, well, I still very much do that now. Only I am aware that there is an audience that really does like it, and I friggin' love every single one of those people that watch my videos. You guys are friggin' awesome. Like, my very first video that is unfortunately gone because, like, some of my videos got wiped and I can't really find them anymore. My first video was on when the Wii U was first released, and my brother got it on the first day. So I kind of recorded us opening up the package and turning the console on. And, well, it was quite the opposite of what I'd consider to be a pillow of entertainment. It was just me just yelling Wii U into the microphone, which, that is funny to an extent. It was funny for like 30 seconds, and then I just knew that I dragged it out in the last 10 seconds. And in that video, we made a joke about it loading because that was the first thing that the Wii U did when we booted it up. Updates. much like anything. It was awesome. No, it wasn't. No, it friggin' wasn't. We just stated that it was taking 20 minutes because that's what it said. It was along the lines of loading 20 minutes. Then screaming intensifies. And then after that was like a bunch of skit videos that I did because I didn't really have any toys at the time to put in front of the camera. Because I was still very much, actually I am still very much a fan of plush videos. And at that time I didn't really have any caricatures that I could put onto the screen. There was a time where I put myself in various costumes and I would just record myself interacting with those characters of me, of which I was just making up, and one of them was just plain Bane. All I did for Bane was just take my two hands, put them into half fist, put my tongue up here, and then I just did this, and then that was fun. In fact, it still is very much fun, but I don't see any point in the future where I should continue doing it, unless somebody wanted me to do a Batman dub, which, you know, that would be appreciated too, because I love doing that voice and pulling it out. Here we come to the little main event of the whole channel. Because at the time when I was still very much in school, I did these little character voices of, you know, Sonic, Mario, and the whole gang. And because a couple of my friends were telling me, hey, you sound exactly like Dean Bristow. So I just kind of listened to a couple of clips from Dean Bristow, absolutely fell in love with him, and then I just threw an idea at the wall, and I just thought, hey, maybe I should record myself doing one of these impressions. And as a result, well, I clearly learned that no, I don't very much sound like Dean Bristow. I more sound like Mike Pollock than anything, and he is equally as awesome. I am more a Mike Pollock than a Dean Bristow, but I have been told by others that my Eggman voice is a mixture of both. It's the voice of Mike Pollock, but the inflections of Dean Bristow. And that just sounds awesome. So I'm going to play audio from that video so you can hear it for yourself.
All systems, full power! I'm going to do that again. Except better. All systems, full power! Get a load of this! Get a load of this! Get a load of this! I can't do this right. No way! I can't believe this! All systems, full power! Ha! It wasn't 5 emeralds, it was 2. But yet I still put it in the video anyway. Oh God, fly! God! I bet you just got sick of me saying the line, get a load of this. You probably did. Why am I still doing this?
That's exactly the reason why I should stop.
It really does sound different from how I do the voice now. It's definitely a lot more deeper. I think I can still do it. Actually, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, basically sounded like this.
Yep, I still got it. Fun fact, I did not do that little cough on accident. I did that on purpose because I thought it was funny. Looking back, I kind of regret doing that now because the people that I eventually got messaged by that wanted me to play Eggman in their videos thought because I coughed in the video that Eggman was straining my throat, which he really isn't. It's like the easiest voice for me to do. But, like, there were times when I was recording with my directors where they said, hey, can you calm it down? We don't want you hurting yourself. That's much appreciated that they're concerned for my health and all, but I did that cough on purpose. But, you know, I'm going to apologize right here and then. Really sorry that you thought I was hurting myself. I wasn't. You don't need to be concerned for me. I will tell you when you need to be concerned for me. I really am sorry for anyone that thought I was hurting myself doing the voice. So yeah, that video, like I just said, got me into contact with multiple people who wanted me in their videos, and at the time I didn't really have anything like that worked as a recording device aside from the thing that I did to do the video. So I just kind of worked with my Kindle Fire, which all I did was go into the next room, turn the lights off, and start recording for 2 minutes at a time, because for some reason the Kindle Fire couldn't record over 2 minutes without glitching up. Like it just went mad if a video was over 2 minutes. Well, thanks to someone teaching me how to convert videos into audio files, made life a whole lot easier. Thank you, JC. And then there was a long period where I didn't really do anything, voice acting wise, because I was just getting into it, and just my interest was starting to gain even more and more as it went on, but I was still very much trying to do, entertainment through other things at the time. Case in point, the next video, which has over 990 views at the time, Sonic and Tails in Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Hey Sonic!
What?
I want to make my own Godzilla movie.
It's because you thought the new one was bad?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Because I saw it and I thought it was bad.
I noticed looking back on my Sonic and Tails videos, because I had actually
What were you about to say?
a pretty short series where I just had the two plushies talking to each other.
Hey,
And I
wait a
didn't
minute,
realize this.
guys.
I
If you
was
wanna make a
really
Godzilla
into meta
movie,
humor at the
then you gotta
time,
have Godzilla.
where characters
means
would
you
like
gotta
break the
get
fourth
Godzilla.
wall and be self-aware of their
Please find
surroundings.
him. Let's
Not
go,
really
Tails.
self-aware of where they came from.
Okay.
Like they're not
How do you
fully
know
acknowledging that
Well,
they're
in
video
1950,
game
it was
characters,
essentially
or
the
like
first Godzilla
acknowledging the
movie
fan
was made,
base,
so eventually we would
which
find you here,
that
so
kind
you
of
went here.
that kind of humor is very hit or miss.
What
Sometimes it's funny, and
Oh.
sometimes it's really
Well,
repetitive and
that's where we're
annoying.
gonna find Godzilla.
But my kind of meta humor would
You know
be
that man scene in the very
that
first
they
Godzilla
are
film where he
aware
rises
of
up?
what I'm doing
Yeah?
when making the
Well, he told you I'd do
videos.
it
So I
again.
would just have
You
them
want me to do it now?
frequently
Heck yeah, let's
acknowledge little tiny mistakes here or there. Not like I was bashing myself. It's like if I dropped one of them and they
watch.
were
Oh, yeah,
motionless, they would kind of acknowledge that.
Oh yeah, he did
And I
run.
kind of sort of had
You gotta
them
get down.
as the temporary host of the channel for a bit, and that kind of went nowhere. But I enjoyed doing it, and if I had the chance, I would do it again. Only with a more refined camera, a better setup with the microphone, and I would obviously need to clean up the plushies. But who knows when that's going to happen. I don't. And of course, Sonic in this video sounded
Wow.
really different from how I voice him now. I mean, throughout all the years that I voiced him in my own videos, I didn't notice any change. If anything, it was just the same thing, only one day I'm tired and another day I'm energetic.
You sit right here. I sit
Because
right
most of the videos that I had, either Sonic sounded like
here.
this,
Tails.
or he sounded like this, or he sounded like this. It went
Yeah,
either
me
way.
too. I think the black and white world is having an effect on us. But aside from that, let's pay attention to what the situation that we're in currently is.
And obviously there's Tails, which I just did this kind of voice, which, is still pretty fun to do every now and then. I will give it to a different character, but in my heart I will always associate it with Tails. If there's any chance in the future where Tails was in a video, I would probably voice him.
Godzilla's right freaking behind
Also,
me.
at the time of this video, I was getting into heavy stop-motion animation, specifically with my DS and 3DS. Because I was using Flipnote from 2009 all the way up until very early 2015. And hoo boy, I took up to
Whoa,
400
good guy.
pictures each animation, so This little segment right here is just me trying to do stop motion with a 3DS. And boom, Sonic dies. Sonic gets eaten up by Godzilla. There is no part 2. I was planning on making a part 2, but there is no part 2, so it just ends with Tails being alone. That is actually sad. But in that part 2, I was going to have a part where Sonic returns. So in an alternate reality, in an alternate future where I do make a part 2, Sonic comes back. So there's a positive thought for you.
Oh, got him.
Okay, just between you and me, audience, that one scene where the human being was in the shot never happened. Okay. I'm writing on the back of Godzilla, or what counts as Godzilla considering what cost us a budget these days. What the heck am I gonna do? Sonic's dead and I'm the only one that's alive, and I think I started this all because I just wanted to make a stinking movie of my own. Yeah, this is totally kind of my fault.
And to reiterate, after that video, there was another long period where I didn't really do anything. I just put whatever on to see what works, hoping somebody would watch it, and I just found all these videos, and I would go back and even watch them myself. And there was this period which went all the way up until 2017, where I just did readings of the Sonic Archie comics, which I didn't delete at all. You can go back and watch them. They're still pretty much good in their own right, just don't look at them. Most of those videos are just blank screens with occasional flashes of light. Really, I thought those videos were more just, audiobooks, where you can bring up the comic yourself and just listen along. And those kept going until there was a point where I just ended up breaking my Kindle Fire, getting it fixed, and then not doing anything after that. Until, this has nothing to do with my channel, until I got contacted by Alyssa Morales, who wanted me to play Eggman in her comic dub of issue number 168 of Sonic Archie. Order from Chaos Part 1 and 2. Which, not connected to the video, but you can still watch them. There is a playlist. It's called Voice Appearances 2016 to 2017. But Part 1 was recorded in 2015, and Part 2 was recorded at the beginning of 2016. And those were the first times where my microphone quality shot up to an amazing degree, and that was the last time that I used the Kindle Fire. Because then I converted all the way, as in life converted, not actual technology converted. I just stopped using the Kindle Fire there, and I recorded everything on my laptop. And the laptop had a really, really good microphone, which I used all the way up until, this year. But let's get back on track. No, wait, one more thing. Because of Order Through Chaos, Part 1 and 2 came out, I got to meet a really awesome person who helped me shape my channel as a voice acting channel, who was Munson Times 4, or Nathan Munson. And he helped me out with my very first, most popular video on my channel, the 2017 voice reel of Dr. Eggman.
Citizens of Earth, lend me your ears and listen very carefully. Silence! I am Dr. Robotnik, the greatest scientific genius in the world! This time I'll take your lives, as well as the Chaos Emeralds! Come, my servant! Destroy these insolent pests! This is no place for little girls or a big fat cat! Shadow and Omega, why you traitors! You two are going to stop me! Move aside! You and Omega are my creations, but you betray me as you stand here before me. So now, I will destroy you both, turning you into scrap metal! You're no son of mine, you digital double-crosser! I'll be happier when Sonic tears you apart! Get out of face! So you beat me to the missile, you little pest. You fool. Away, before I'm making mincemeat out of you. Greetings! My name is Dr. Eggman, and I have some exciting news! Well, exciting for me, that is, and catastrophic for you. I have decided to take over your world and rebuild it in the Eggman Empire. Resistance is futile. You will submit to my rule or be swept away like dust bunnies. Is that robot yours? That's correct. Then move that thing aside. It could hit a plane or something. Well, then hand over the city. Huh? What do you mean by that? This is what I mean. All systems, full power. You know nothing, fool. It's chaos, the god of destruction. This message was brought to you by the Eggman Empire, which is not responsible for its content. Except this part.
It still feels like yesterday since I made that video with him. And it still works. There were no changes aside from me yelling a lot. I still had a lot of fun making that video with him. There are a ton of outtakes that I want to show at some point in the future that are hilarious because we recorded a good 2.5 hours worth of audio that he took and put into that 2-minute video. And then, of course, was the next video that got twice as many views, which was the Sonic Sat AM video, which was my very first time doing Snively in any kind of motion video, because the last time I did Snively was in my own voice demo reel that I did, which the audio was very shoddy here and there. Like, the audio near the end was really good, but like the first 10 seconds, not that good. But most of the time where I voiced Snively was just in my reading videos.
Which he just sounds like this. Very sort of kind of loud and also really raspy like Eggman.
And honestly, really is kind of a strain on my throat. I never really listened to the original actor for Snively. I was just kind of doing my own version of Snively with a brief sort of remembrance of how his voice was. I had a good idea of what he sounded like, and I did it. And if there was any chance for me to do Snively again in a future video, I would take it. There are no regrets with Snively or anything that I've made, aside from the cough in the last video. Now, the next video I did on my own, and I did not expect it to get as much attention, which was the Uka Uka video, which I'll just play a little bit here.
Free at last. None have failed the great Uka Uka even once. But you, Cortex, you have failed me twice. But you, Cortex, you have failed me twice. From deep inside my temple prison, I sent you simple instructions to follow. But you lost the gems, you've lost the crystals, and I have lost my patience! There is no other power source left on this planet, and failed! But since your bumbling has managed to set me free, I am feeling generous. There is still a way to amass the power needed to enslave this miserable planet. And this time, the great Uka Uka will make sure that you do it right!
Yeah, there were a lot of filters being used in that video. And in this video, I wasn't really trying to do an impression of Clancy Brown. A lot of people thought I was doing an impression of Clancy Brown, but I was more doing John DiMaggio than anything, because I liked how he sounded in the Insane Trilogy, and I wanted to simulate that in some area. And what I got out of it was two versions that I made for myself, which was the high-pitched version of the voice and the low-pitched version of the voice, which was really just an alteration of the high-pitched voice, which I'm going to attempt to do right now.
His voice was really like this, and I just kept doing that over and over again.
And then, you know, added filter, added an echo, and it just turned into that beautiful product that you heard there. And I still very much am proud of it. And much like the other ones, if somebody asked me to do it again for their video, I would not refuse. It would take a heck of a lot of time to redo the filter, because honestly, I can't remember how I did it. Like, I used up to 3 to 4 filters all at the same time, and having me remember how I did that would take up more than a day. Or maybe just a couple hours, but still, that would have a strain on my thought processor. And now we're to a video that is pretty prominent to me personally. My very first actual dub of a video game cutscene. Not a fan dub, a regular dub. Not a fan dub, a dub, like a parody dub, an improv dub that I did on my own. Also a huge staple, the very first video where I did Shadow.
Who are you?
I'm you, except slightly more handsome.
What?
Yes, I come from another dimension where your balls finally drop.
Really?
Oh wow, I'm messing with you.
And obviously what you heard from that, I did use a little bit of a filter. Because this was my first time doing Shadow. I didn't really know how I was going to do Shadow, but I knew I wanted a clear idea of it, and I didn't know, like, I didn't really think my voice had that kind of range for me to do Shadow, so I added a filter to make it sound a little bit better. But as you heard in episodes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't need the filter anymore. I could pull it off just fine. But the motivation of the 06 dubs was more or less my inspiration from all the videos that were made by people that even if it is a dub, it's its own world. Like, you are creating this new world, you are reintroducing all these characters with new voices, with new personalities, and for a while, which I thankfully dropped, and the first thing I was going to make Silver be the idiot, but then after making the video, I just changed my mind because I think the stereotype of Silver being an idiot has overstayed its welcome and is personally not very funny to me anymore. So I switched the characters around. Not to say Shadow's dumb or anything, but he's certainly the less mature one out of the two. So Silver is the straight man, while Shadow is the party dude. He's the party dude going straight first into danger. He's that one guy that you see going down a ski hill with one leg up until he sees another guy doing it, then he quietly puts the other leg down. And just to remind everyone, Shadow sounds like this. And I don't plan on stopping the 06 dubs until I'm otherwise done, which given the amount of cutscenes in that game, is going to take a pretty dang long while. And I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have the most fun I've ever had. And from that, I think it's safe to say that we're nearing the end of this video. Because from that video onward, I've been doing dubs, fan dubs, all kinds of different sketches using video game characters and anime characters. I did a few Let's Plays, which you can watch. My favorite being Monster Prom, where I just do Polly for a straight hour, and it is just hilarious all the way through.
She sounds like this. Go check it out.
So with all that said, I'm going to end the video here, and thank you for enjoying the channel for 6 years. Good night.